Extraordinary meeting of Huddersfield Council, meeting number 4485. I acknowledge the Wallamedical people of the Eora Nation, the traditional owners of the land in which we meet and the waters that surround. I pay my respects to their elders, past, present and emerging.
We thank you, Lord, for the honour of being called by our fellow citizens to this office of honour and trust. Give us grace, diligently and honourably, free from private interest or prejudice, to discharge the duties entrusted to us to the common good and as in your sight, through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.
Thank you. The first item on the agenda tonight is the election of Mayor. I'll hand over to, my apologies. Obviously, we have no apologies tonight. The other thing I will call for is declarations of interest. I presume there won't be any. Thank you. I'll now, as I started before, the first item on the agenda is the election of the Mayor. I'll pass over to Councillors Legal and Governance Officer, Ms. Christina Pass, who will be the returning officer for tonight's elections.
Thank you, Mr. Chairperson. In accordance with the Local Government General Regulation 2005, I confirm that I have received more than one nomination for Mayor of Hunters Hill. I will now read out the names of the nominees and seek their confirmation that the nominee has accepted the nomination. Councillor Elizabeth Crassoy. Councillor Zach Miles.
I'll be withdrawing my nomination.
And Councillor Ross Williams.
I accept the nomination.
Thank you. As there is more than one candidate that's been nominated, the council must determine by resolution the method of voting for the position of Mayor by one of the following. Oh, sorry, Councillor Miles.
I move that we conduct the election by open voting.
Perfect.
Do I have a second to Councillor Crassoy? All those in favour of the resolution to vote for open voting? That's passed unanimously. I'll pass back to Christina for the...
Thank you. It's been resolved that the method of voting for the position of Mayor will be done by a show of hands. Sorry, Councillor Miles.
Could I also ask that each of the candidates be given the opportunity to speak for 5 or 10 minutes on the reasons they're running for Mayor and the experience that they're bringing to the role?
I think.
Second.
Okay.
All right. I presume that's in the form of a motion. Can we put that motion to council? Those in favour? Okay, that's passed.
Is that unanimous?
Councillor Williams, do you wish to vote on it? Yeah. Councillor Williams, could you unmute?
Yes, Mr. Deputy Mayor.
Do you wish to vote no to that resolution?
I'm not fussed at all. It's rather unusual and it's not on the business paper, but that's what we want to do.
Right, well, it's passed unanimously, I presume.
Thank you. Each councillor is entitled to vote only once. I know, but what I might do. Do you want to do the? Actually, yeah. Okay, sorry.
Apologies, councillors. If you're of a mind, now that the council's passed that motion, in alphabetical order, if that is suitable, Mr. Chairperson.
That's suitable.
Yep. Might ask Councillor Crassoy if she would like to speak.
Sure, and thanks for the opportunity, Councillor Miles. I haven't prepared anything to say. It's not how we've done it in the past, but I'm honoured to have the opportunity on the record to say why I've put myself forward for the position of Mayor on this occasion. I was elected as a truly independent councillor to Hunters Hill Council, having lived in the suburb for 18 years now. I believe that what I bring to the council table is a passion for my community and a determination to represent that community's needs to the council, and conversely, to represent the council's duties and jobs that we're doing to the community. As a resident, I wanted to see greater collaboration with the council and with our community groups in particular. As anyone who's followed me knows, I'm very passionate about our places, about placemaking, people and how they connect, and sustainability, and how we as a council can support our, not only our own practice, but actually our community to do best practice in that area. Why me? I'm, as a 50 and a bit year old, I bring a lifetime of my own personal experience. My background is in sustainability. We have a couple of small businesses of our own, having raised our children through the preschools and schools in the local area, and navigating the streets and the footpaths, and bringing my own understanding of the suburb to council, I guess. I feel that as a mayor, I would provide a moderate position on the council. We do have some sort of further to the right, some further to the left. I'm a true independent. I'm very much down the middle of the road. I feel that I respect and understand the relationship with the operational side of council. I try very hard as a councillor to walk that line of supporting our council operationally to deliver on the strategic planning that we as a council have overseen together, and that we developed in consultation with our community. I sat today at a consultation actually down at Henley, on the Henley Reserve, Gladesville Reserve Plans of Management, and I just felt really privileged to be there, not just because I've watched that area for so long, but just because I want to be part of the good decisions that are being made for my children in this suburb, and for the children and grandchildren of future generations who come to this suburb. I'm guided by the hard work that women and councillors of all gender before us have done on our behalf to make our suburb the leafy and magnificent heritage suburb that it is. I'm guided by those children and grandchildren and the future that I hope they will navigate within our city. I'm guided by our city, our state and our country and our world, and what goes on there and our place within it. And I'm guided by the general manager, her senior staff and the staff at council in every decision that I make. When we became councillors, we all did governance training, we all did councillor training, we've done meeting code of conduct training and governance training, and I believe that my experience chairing meetings will also come to that role as mayor. I am excited about how much I will need to learn in the role as mayor, and I will be looking to the expertise of my fellow councillors who have more experience than me and who have skills in other areas to me. Certainly when I became a councillor, I was excited that we all brought different skill sets to the table, and I was looking forward to leaning into those skill sets and hoping we would work together well. I certainly hope that whether I'm your mayor or whether Councillor Williams is your mayor, I certainly hope that this year politics can be put aside and that we can lean in together and deliver some of the great outcomes that we as a council have forged forward with over the last few years, certainly since our new General Manager, Lisa Miss Campbell, has come on board. So that's why I put myself forward. I don't do it saying I have all the skills for the role. I do it with excitement, looking forward to learning the role and looking to the community and my fellow councillors and council staff to support me to do the best work that I can for all of you internally and as we look outward as well. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, Councillor Cresswell. Councillor Williams, you'd like to speak.
Thank you, Mr. Deputy Mayor. Yes, it's a great privilege to be able to serve your local community as a councillor, and it also is a great honour to have the opportunity to do that as the Mayor of Hunters Hill. I bring to the table considerable experience in local government. but also in my professional career have worked extensively in state government and also in the private sector. I bring a wealth of understanding to how the government process works and how to get the best outcomes of those processes. My 4 years as a mayor, some considerable time ago now, in 12, or it's now what's coming up for 16 years on council, gives me an enormous insight to the Hunters Hill community, to its needs, its desires, its expectations, and more importantly, the values which it wishes us to uphold. It is a very important community, Hunters Hill. It's one that is unique in Sydney, if not Australia, in the way that it has great passion for both its environment, both built and natural, and it does look very strongly and demands its ability to act in local democracy. I think one of the reasons I came back to local government and on Hunters Hill Council after, I think it was about 17 years since I was on council previously, was that I fought many battles during that intervening period to support and ensure that Hunters Hill is here for us all today. Most recently, the merger process between Hunters Hill, Lane Cove and Ryde, which was one that the community rose to that occasion as it has in the past, whether it's aircraft noise, whether it's schools, whatever. The Hunters Hill community always wants a strong voice, and I'm hoping to be able to help communicate that voice through council decision making. We've just had a very important term of council. We've been through the process of transition, enormous transition, and many people in our community are not aware of the enormous changes that have occurred under the leadership of our new General Manager. Those changes will put Hunters Hill in a very good place into the future, both from an administrative point of view, from transparency point of view, from our responsiveness to the community's needs. Those systems are now in place, or if not, in the final stages of being put in place. So over the next year, couple of years, I think the community will see major improvements in the outcomes that council delivers for it and on behalf of it. Moving into the future, the rewards we'll get from that will be great and will help us sustain ourselves. But there are other issues and other decisions which council has to make over the next 12 months, which I think will become quite pivotal in the future of Hunters Hill. And like with our administrative changes and the systems that underpin that, there's great innovation and great desire to do things in a way that gets the best outcome for our community. So I'd be hoping to provide that strong leadership, which I've demonstrated over many years, both in my professional career, my community work, as well as previous roles on council. I'd like to offer to the other councillors a warm opportunity to engage and be part of the process and to make sure that all voices are heard. We all come with different points of view, and that point of view needs to be put and the decision of council respected. And I think we've been able to achieve outcomes over the last 3 years together. And as we move into this next phase of completing the transition from the ministry point of view and looking to our sustainability, both financially and from our contribution to the environment we live in, as well as the opportunities which I think that our organisation and our community have available to them over the next 12 months. So I look forward to the opportunity. And I see it as a great honour, and I now put myself in the hands of the councillors, and I wish Councillor Crasso good luck.
Thank you, Councillor Williams. I'll pass back to the returning officer to conduct the ballot.
In accordance with the OLG requirements, we need to determine the order for the tally sheet. I'll now I have each candidate's name on a slip of paper, and I'll deposit it into this barrel. The first name out of the barrel will be written first on the tally sheet, and then the second name will be written second, and we'll vote in that order. I'm just showing that I have.
Show of hands.
This is a show of hands. We don't need a tally sheet.
Second.
Yeah, we could just do a show of hands.
No,
Sorry.
It's about the order of the voting. So,
okay.
so whoever's name gets pulled out first, we vote on that councillor first.
Of course.
Vote on that councillor. So I'm popping in Elizabeth Crasso, Councillor Elizabeth Crasso. I'm showing that the barrel is empty. Yes. Yes. Yes, that would be great. Thank you. Now we have Councillor Ross Williams. Thank you. First on the tally list is Councillor Elizabeth Crasso. Second on the tally list is Councillor Ross Williams. Each councillor is entitled to vote only for one candidate. And if a councillor does not vote, I'll clarify and confirm with that councillor that they are abstaining, and that's an informal vote. Now, would those councillors voting for Councillor Crasso please raise your hand? Thank you. That's 2 votes. That's Councillor Crasso and Councillor McLaughlin. And with those councillors voting for Councillor Williams, please raise your hand. Thank you. That's 4 votes. We've got the Deputy Mayor, Jim Sanderson, Councillor Zach Miles, Councillor Ben Collins, and now Mayor Ross Williams. Congratulations. I declare that Councillor Ross Williams is elected as Mayor of Hunters Hill until the local government election scheduled for September 2021 takes place. Congratulations, Mayor Williams.
Thank you very much, and thank you, councillors, for your support. And I look forward to working closely with you over the next 12 months.
Thank you. Now, the second order of business on the business paper is for the election of the Deputy Mayor. And again, in accordance with the local government regulations, I confirm that we have received more than 1 nomination for the Deputy Mayor. Yes, Councillor Crasso.
I would like to withdraw my nomination. Thank you.
Thank you. And I'll just confirm with the other nominees that they accept their nomination. So we have Councillor Ben Collins.
Yes.
Thank you. And Councillor Jim Sanderson.
I will accept the nomination.
Thank you. So as more than 1 candidate has been nominated, the council again must determine by resolution the method of voting for this position of Deputy Mayor by one of the following methods. That's the open voting, ordinary ballot or preferential ballot. And Councillor Crasso, you'd like to put the motion?
That we vote for open voting. Thank you.
Excuse me.
Yes, Councillor Collins.
I'd actually like to withdraw my nomination. I thought we did that after. So Councillor Sanderson is duly.
Okay. Then thank you. And as there is we only have 1 nomination for Deputy Mayor. Congratulations, Councillor Deputy Mayor Sanderson, and we confirm that you're our Deputy Mayor for Hunters Hill until the next next election.
Thank you very much for that privilege to act as Deputy Mayor for another 12 months. I look forward to serving this community as I always have done. Thank you, and we'll move on to the next item on the agenda, which in actual fact will be the meeting will now be conducted by Councillor Williams as the elected mayor.
Thank you, Councillor Sanderson, and congratulations on being returned as our Deputy Mayor of Hunters Hill. We now move on to the second matter for tonight, and that is item 2.1, which is the delegation of powers to both the Mayor and the Deputy Mayor. So there's a paper before you and a recommendation. Is there a mover for the recommendation? Councillor Crassoy. Councillor McLaughlin is a seconder. Is there any discussion? If not, I'll put the motion. All those in favour? Against, declare it carried. As I've had the opportunity to talk about what I see as being important in my role over the next 12 months, I won't go any further into that. But I would like to just make a quick comment in relation to our outgoing Mayor, Councillor Bennett, or now Mr. Bennett. I can't add much more than what was in the local paper today, but I'd like to acknowledge his contribution to Hunters Hill over the last 8 years, and in particular the last 3 years as Mayor. And during his first term, he was very much involved in the campaign or the process of protecting Hunters Hill against the merger, but also he was very keen and passionate about the finances of council and did achieve a lot in that time. And we move into the current term where he has led council, as I indicated before, that council's been through a major transition over the last 2 years, in particular with our new general manager, and under the leadership and steady hand of Councillor Mr. Bennett. It was a smooth transition, and as I say, we will get great benefit out of that process. So I thank Councillor Bennett for his contribution, or former Mayor Councillor Bennett, and the community is grateful for what you've done, and some of that will become very evident as we move forward over the remainder of this term and into the next term of council. So I look forward to working closely with all you, and I also look forward to working closely with the General Manager and the staff and making sure that we fulfil our obligations to the community and also fulfil some of the opportunities that are now available for us as we move forward. So I don't believe there's any further business for tonight's meeting. It was an extraordinary meeting, and so therefore there's only the business that was on the paper that we deal with. So with that, I look forward to our first meeting together in a week's time, and I close the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you.